Hey guys, welcome back to another reaction video with me, Chelsea, and this one,
Stu.
It's time for something new. Not new to us though. This man is a legend in this household. If you don't like Dave Chappelle, we can not be friends. I ain't joking.
I agree with this.
Yeah, like, seriously, he's a legend. We have seen all his new stuff.
Well, his 3 stand-ups he did for Netflix.
Like a lot. So if we reacted, we can. I don't know if it will get blocked. It's Netflix, so then it's going to get blocked. So that's the thing. We can't react to that.
Well, we can try. We can just try and find one that isn't uploaded by Netflix.
If it's not uploaded by Netflix, then we'll react to it. If you want us to, it's just we have watched it a lot. Cause
yeah,
we just love him so much. He's just a legend. Right, so we'll watch him.
Top 10 Dave Chappelle show sketches.
See, I told you there's pressure.
Look, man, I saw that and immediately just went to say sketch. So
I can get that.
I guarantee he's got a top 10 sketch list though.
Yeah. Look, guys, we're gonna check this out because we haven't seen. Well, I know I haven't seen a skit. Oh, it's happening now. Oh my god. I haven't seen much of his sketches, so yeah.
I've seen the one of him.
Oh, the Negan one. I saw the Negan one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was amazing. That was everything. So good. But that's the only one I think. So yeah, let's check this out. Oh, shut up already, bitch. Just fucking play the video. That's what they're like. We love you.
Let's go.
Let's start the show.
You can't have a conversation about sketch comedy series without mentioning this comedian's short-lived show.
Well, shit, if you was here a little bit more. Like Donald is tearing his family apart.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 sketches from Chappelle's show.
Come on, nigga. Yo, nigga, come on. It's me. It's Dave. We black actors, man. We gotta stick together. We black actors. Like stitching.
For this list, we're taking a look at the defining sketches from this acclaimed comedy show that was never afraid to tackle society's most controversial hot topics.
So call us. Because at the end of the day, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Number 10. When it comes to racial slurs, is it the word itself that makes it offensive or the context? Chappelle, being the inquisitive host he was, decided to explore this concept the only way he knew how.
Is Tim still asleep?
I think so.
He sure is one lazy nigger.
This controversial sketch features a suburban white family that just so happens to carry an unfortunate last name, which, as you can imagine, makes for some more than interesting scenarios and double entendres.
Jenny has a date tonight with a nigger boy from school.
What? Oh, God, no.
No, Teddy, that's his name. Timmy Nigger.
Oh, of course.
Behind the comedy, the sketch speaks volumes about our society's social conditioning and what we consider politically incorrect.
Something show smells good. You niggas cooking?
We sure are. There's some leftover bacon if you'd like some.
Ooh, nothing for me. I know better than to get between a nigga and their pork.
Number 9, making the band.
The bad news is that I'm shutting down the studio. The good news is that I just saved a lot of money on my car insurance.
Reality TV shows do a pretty good job at making fun of themselves on their own, but that doesn't quite save it from Chappelle's critique.
Go out there and get daddy a hit. I'm gonna take a nap.
This sketch parodies hip-hop mogul P. Diddy's MTV series Making the Band, and hilariously sums up the show's numerous shortcomings.
You trying to get some of this hot fire? You can either make this song or not make this song. You're too close, man.
The selected band members never seem to get to record any music, and their boss's random assignments do nothing but lead the team astray.
You can live here, you can record here, you can be bad boy artists here, but if you want to do it, first y'all gotta walk to Queens and give me a sugar cookie.
The comedic depiction of the cast is what really puts us in stitches, and allows us to meet the self-proclaimed best rapper of all time.
Who are the 5 best rappers of all time? Think about it. Tyrone Dylon, 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 and Dylon, because I spit hot fire.
Number 8. A moment in the life of Lil Jon.
It's me. What? It's me, Little John. Okay!
When in times of great despair, sometimes you are your own best listener. In this sketch, audiences look into the mind of one of hip-hop's greatest hype men. Along with posing as the performer, Chappelle gets the real Lil Jon to appear on the show and illustrate an intimate phone conversation with himself.
Don't you like popsicles? What? I said, don't you like popsicles? What? I said, don't you like popsicles? Yeah! What? Yeah! Okay!
Amid all the various yeah, what, and okays, Lil Jon unveils some of his deepest disturbances and shows a side of himself not commonly seen.
I said, sometimes I feel like I'm all alone in this world and I have no one, sir. What? No one. What? To go to. Huh? No one that understands my pain. Yeah!
The two end their phone call abruptly, and while they couldn't hear each other, we're sure they both understood each other perfectly.
Roger, yeah. What? Melting down. Ah!
Bye, nigga.
You just watched A Moment in the Life of Lil Jon.
Number 7. The Wayne Brady Show.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
Have you ever found out who your friend really was once it was too late? No? Just Dave? After seemingly taking over Chappelle's show, Wayne Brady shares his and Dave's eventful night out.
Oh, shit, it's Wayne Brady, son! Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Contrary to the joyful and charismatic straight arrow Brady portrays on television, the comedian is soon revealed to be a homicidal pimp with a short temper.
She is not gonna believe that this happened.
That's because she is never gonna know about it, bitch.
What?
Throughout their drive, Brady coerces Dave to take drugs, to become an accessory to murder, and to listen to his delusions of grandeur.
Take it. Come on, smoke it.
Man, I don't want to smoke.
This is not an option, nigga. If you do not smoke this, we have a problem.
Just when you think you know a guy.
I'm Wayne Brady, bitch!
Number 6. Tyrone Biggums' Red Balls energy drink.
Sometimes the endless pursuit of crack leaves me tired and depleted. But now cocaine comes in a delicious shape. Red balls.
Make no mistake, drug addiction is a serious problem, and Chappelle opted to show everybody just how severe it could be with the conception of this character. Tyrone Biggums is much like your everyday community member, but he just so happens to be addicted to crack.
I love this drink. Thank you, Red Balls.
He's often comically depicted as a hygienically challenged homeless man with an exaggeratedly high voice. His various skits have shown him sponsoring a cocaine-infused energy drink,
Cocaine in a can, baby.
speaking to an elementary class on the dangers of the drug,
Drugs and alcohol have ruined my life.
being featured on Fear Factor,
There's never a factor, Joe Rogan. I'm trying to get some crack rocks.
and even attending a less than successful drug intervention.
Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
Shazam!
Shazam!
Number 5. Reparations 2003.
FUBU is now the world's largest corporation after merging with Kentucky Fried Chicken. Just another amazing development on an already amazing day, Chuck.
If you're a fan of this comedian's work, then you recognize how keen he is on hypotheticals. This sketch entertains the idea of how the U.S. would react if African Americans received $1 trillion in reparations for slavery.
Folks, I am happy to report that the recession is now officially over, and we have nobody to thank but all these black people with their taste for expensive clothes, fancy cars, and of course, gaudy jewelry.
As reported by anchorman Chuck Taylor and his team, the country gets flipped on its head as various stocks on Wall Street skyrocket.
Sprint stock has skyrocketed after the news that 2 million delinquent phone bills have been paid just this morning. Incredible.
Crime drops to 0%.
The crime rate has fallen to 0%. How could that be? Did the Mexicans get money today, too?
And Bill Gates gets dethroned as the world's richest man by Harlem resident Tron.
Bill Gates has been overtaken. By whom, you ask? A Harlem resident named simply Tron.
Number 4, the racial draft.
Unbelievable. Colin Powell and Condoleezza Rice now officially white. OJ black again. What a day.
Racial ambiguity can be a beautiful thing, but oftentimes confusing. In an attempt to resolve some of the biggest questions regarding biracial athletes and celebrities, Chappelle hosted the first and most likely only ever racial draft.
Okay, guess whose turn it is? White people. Let's see what direction they go in. Halle Berry is still available, as is Mariah Carey's crazy ass.
In this, we see star golfer Tiger Woods getting drafted into the black community.
I always wanted to say this. For shizzle.
Lenny Kravitz becoming fully Jewish.
We, the Jewish people, take Lenny Kravitz.
And even more ridiculous incidences, such as hip-hop group the Wu-Tang Clan becoming accepted by the Chinese delegation.
The Chinese delegation pulling a fast one and choosing the entire Wu-Tang Clan. Brooklyn!
This is big for us.
Number 3, Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories. Prince.
This bores me. Is anyone up for a game of basketball?
Prince is revered as one of the most respected musical talents alive. But would you have ever imagined him to have some slick moves on the court? Charlie Murphy didn't, as he returned for another segment of True Hollywood Stories to recite the tale of the day he met Prince.
Prince had on it was like a Zorro type outfit. It had the ruffles that come down the front. He had the big perm fluffed out and all that.
Murphy recalls the two meeting at a nightclub before retreating to the pop star's personal pad. In the spur of the moment, Prince challenges Murphy and his crew to a game of basketball that he wouldn't soon forget.
How about you and your friends versus me and the revolution?
Underestimating Prince and the revolution, Murphy gets schooled Purple Rain style before being served breakfast by the winning squad.
After it was all over, he took us in the house and served us pancakes.
Number 2, Frontline, Clayton Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby, the author?
What, you don't think I can write them books? Just because I'm blind don't mean I'm dumb.
Most comics prefer to tread lightly onto the scene with their television show debut, but Chappelle isn't most comics. With his first episode, Chappelle introduces yet another hilarious hypothetical of a blind African-American man that is raised as a white supremacist.
How could this have happened? A black white supremacist.
When he finally agrees to an interview with Frontline, Clayton Bigsby's true identity finally reaches the masses.
Show us your face. We want to see your face.
Who said that? You want to see my face?
Clayton, go on, brother.
His family and peers have kept the secret from him for his own protection and for the good of the movement.
He was the only Negro we'd ever had around here, so we figured we'd make it easier on Clayton by just telling him and all the other blind kids that he was white.
However, he finally makes his big reveal at a KKK rally, where the reactions are priceless.
Don't be afraid!
Before we unveil our pick for Top Chappelle Show sketch, here are some honorable mentions.
Samuel Jackson, it's my beer. Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Is pimping easy?
Hell yeah.
Somehow that is correct.
Oh my God.
Don't you break my head.
The winner of the 9th annual Player Hater of the Year award is Silky Johnston.
Kiss my ass. I'm the biggest hater.
Zero. Drugs. 2.
Number 1, Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories, Rick James.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers, one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen. Hold my drink, bitch.
Hollywood can be a crazy place, and it was this defining sketch that let us know just how crazy it got for Charlie Murphy in the 80s.
Charlie Murphy!
Eddie Murphy's brother allowed Charlie to rub shoulders with a lot of prominent celebrities of the era, such as R&B legend Rick James.
Fuck your couch, nigga. Buy another one, you rich motherfucker. Fuck your couch, nigga. Fuck your couch. Darknesses.
Murphy's story highlighted the singer's insufferable behavior and drug problem, and how we'd often have to check him once he got out of line.
I kicked the shit out of him, man.
This single sketch shaped the show into what it became, and is also credited for containing Chappelle's most famous line.
I'm Rick James, bitch. Enjoy yourself.
Do you agree with our list?
Damn!
What Chappelle's show sketch makes you wish Dave would return to TV?
Dog life! Dave Chappelle, that ain't your wife.
For more comedic top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah.
I really...
Eddie bonus seeing Charlie Murphy.
Oh, just another legend that's gone. We're really missing out. We need to check out these sketches.
Yeah.
Because Bill Burr and Eddie Murphy, two great legends with him, needs to be seen. If you want us to check out his
sketches or more of his stand-up.
Yeah. Definitely up for it, because we love Dave Chappelle. I'll leave it here for today. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe, become part of the family, remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh yeah, ring bell.
Right guys, until next time.
Toodle Pip.